Hi guys, welcome back. So I recently decided, not recently, I kind of decided this a long time ago, but basically what I'm trying to say is I decided that I'm going to do more handbag videos because I love handbags. I like watching them. I like watching handbag videos. I love watching handbag videos. And I've always been low-key obsessed with them. Like, I will spend my money on two things. It's makeup and handbags. And food, obviously. That's why I look like this. But makeup and handbags, and those are my two biggest passions in life. Like, I have been looking at handbags for so long. It's my favorite accessory. I'm gonna just start doing more handbag videos just because I want to. And plus, a couple of you guys did ask for some more handbag videos, just, you know, because I know you guys see it sitting in my background a lot. And I mean, I would love to share more tips on shopping for handbags with you guys, because sometimes not a lot of people talk about, you know, certain fabrics or whether it's gonna work with your lifestyle, or the differences in leather, or the wear and tear. Everybody has a different experience with handbags, and you know, it doesn't hurt to just throw mine out there. If you hear anything, it's Tofu snoring. She's laying by my feet and she is snoring up a storm. Before, I was obsessed with bigger handbags. Like, I loved totes. I wanted to be able to fit everything in my handbag. Like, I wanted to fit water bottles, maybe 1 or 2 water bottles. I wanted to fit my big Continental wallet. I wanted to fit like my agenda, my notebook, keys, a pouch, a mirror, my dog. I wanted to fit my whole life in my bag. And then I realized, 1, it's very inconvenient, 2, it hurts my back, and 3, it's just ridiculous. And the other thing is, like, since I do spend most of my days either at school or at work, or, you know, at work, it's just easier for me to have something small that I can have with me. Because if you have a bigger handbag, you have to leave it upstairs in a different room. So I've downsized a lot, and I've been really into mini handbags. And it kind of all started with my wallet on chain, because I realized how convenient it was to have everything in my wallet on chain. Like, I could just throw it around my shoulder and just go and have everything I need, like, on my hip. And it just kind of got me thinking. I was like, huh, like, mini handbags are kind of the business. Like, totes, you always have to like dig through everything, and it's just easier and cleaner, and it's just more sleek and more streamlined to have everything in a smaller, more compact bag. It's easier on your back. You spend less time digging for things because you don't have a lot of room to monopolize, and that way you realize and you have to pick and choose what is really important to you and what you really need to have on hand. Because I realize I don't really need to have a lot of things in arm's reach. Downsizing to mini handbags has really changed my life, and it's actually a lot more convenient. I prefer it now. Do I reach for my tote anymore? Sometimes, depends on where the heck I'm going, but really recently I haven't reached for that tote in about a year, I think. I want to say it's been about like 9 months, somewhere there. But today I just want to talk about the 3 mini handbags that I feel are completely timeless, works for pretty much everybody. It's just, I feel like these are great pieces to have, and I'll be reviewing them like I usually do when it comes to the leather, you know, the wear, the tear, you name it. So the first piece that I got recently, and mind you, I got all of these pretty freaking recently. I should not have been shopping, and I did, and I don't regret it. As I mentioned in my previous video about my wallet on chain, YSL wallet on chain, I sold it. I was not getting the wear out of it. It just wasn't working for me. The holding capacity just wasn't the same as my Chanel one, and overall I just preferred my Chanel wallet on chain a lot more, so I went ahead and I sold my YSL one, which is why it surprised me when I went ahead and bought this one. So this one is a YSL, I believe it's called the So Kate, and it retails for $1,700, and it is available at Nordstrom or wherever you want, but this one is a mini. So I was a little hesitant to get another YSL just because the previous YSL wallet on chain just didn't treat me very well. Like I mentioned before, it was mainly the leather that kind of bothered me, because the wallet on chain just had like a coating over the leather, so as you wore it, the coating came off and it exposed the raw leather underneath, and the wallet on chain just started looking like a very unfinished product. It just didn't look very good, so I was a little hesitant to buy it. But this leather is completely different than the wallet on chain. The pebbling is different. I think they treat it differently too. I wore this several times. I've worn it for about like 2 months, and it did not show the same signs of wear and tear. The wallet on chain, it started showing wear and tear on the corner literally within a week of me using it. And I have worn this several places. I've even worn it in the rain a few times, which I shouldn't have, but it is looking brand new. It doesn't have any wear or tear. no damage on it whatsoever. The hardware looks great. So it is a magnetic closure, and let me go ahead and take out the dust bag for you guys. So it does have a magnetic closure, and it has one long chain. Unlike the wallet-on chain, it doesn't have any leather piece where your shoulder is supposed to be designated. It's just one long chain of Italian links. So you have the chain, and then you have just one big open space in here. It's completely empty, and there is one flap, one compartment, like one slot in the back if you want to put maybe like your cards there, or maybe like some notes, maybe some cash, something that you want a little more secured, you could put in there. This holds quite a bit. It holds my card holder, it holds my keys. It actually holds quite a lot. It holds a coin pouch. And the one thing that I absolutely love about this is their engineering for the chain. So as you guys can see, it does come with this little block piece that's attached to the chain on the inner flap. So it prevents the chain from slipping too far. So it doesn't keep your chain completely stationary. No, it keeps your chain at least somewhat stationary so that it's not pulling or moving too much when you're wearing it. Overall, I love most is that this has a magnetic closure. So even if you just kind of gently close it, it'll snap in on its own. The leather is really good. It's not very delicate. It's not delicate at all. It's completely scratch proof. It's bump proof. I am very thoughtless when I wear this bag. I bump into corners. Like I said, I wore it in the rain. I mean, I am a little careless when I was wearing this bag, and it looks great. It's in great condition. Whatever you spill on it, I'm sure you could just wipe it off. It's a very robust material. It's a good everyday piece, but because of the construction and the shape and the hardware and the placement, it's good for a nighttime bag too. If you want, you can even get this in gold hardware, and it would be a really great nighttime piece just to elevate your outfit. But I find this to be a good day to night bag if you want. It holds a lot. You know, it's not too big so that it looks overwhelming at night, but it holds enough of your life so that it would be appropriate for a daytime bag. The next one that I have is the Gucci camera bag. So this one is a little less expensive than the YSL. So the YSL, like I said, retails for $1,700. This one retails for $980. So this one, I was actually looking for another Gucci bag. I was kind of deciding between the Disco Soho and the Marmont, but the Marmont's mini, because I am actually not a fan of the Marmont. I like the shape of it, but the thing is, like, I know it has a tendency to fold on you after a little bit. I don't think the engineering of that bag is very good. I don't like the placement of the chains. I can go on and on. But anyway, like I said, I was looking for the mini Marmont because the mini version is so small. It doesn't allow that same folding capacity. I was deciding between the two of those, and then I came across this one. So it is a perfect hybrid between the Marmont and the Disco. So I get, you know, the capacity of the Disco, but with kind of like the same shape and the color of the Marmont bag. So this one I believe is in Porcelain Rose, and it is the perfect everyday color. It matches all of my clothing. I've never had a problem matching this bag just because it goes with everything. It's a perfect blush nude. It's like a desert rose. I'm not a fan of gold hardware, but because this hardware is kind of like a rusty antiqued gold, it makes it very wearable. It's not too flashy and it's not too showy. The strap is primarily leather with a little bit of chain, and I think that's what made me okay with the bag, because if the strap had been 100% leather like this, I would have really been turned off by it. I don't know what it is about just 100% leather. All the straps that I have, I feel need to have some kind of hardware on it. The only exception to the strap is the Celine bag that I have. I don't mind the leather on it, but with this one, I like that it has a little bit of hardware to break up the leather piece. I don't know, I just feel like bags look a little bulky when they have all leather, especially bags of this size. So my Celine Nano, it's a larger bag, so it could benefit from having a bulkier strap, but because this bag is so small, I feel like something like a chain that's a little more delicate to break up the bulkiness of the leather strap makes it a lot more beneficial, and it just makes it a little easier to wear. These are just my idiosyncrasies that I have with bags. I feel like I might be the only one with these issues, but let's see. Can you guys hear my neighbors? I don't know, as soon as I sit down to film, like, they decide, hey, you know what, I'm going to break out the lawnmower and the weed whacker and the treadmill and music. I don't know. I'm gonna try toggle over them. So the overall design of the bag is very beautiful. It holds a lot. The leather, even though it seems a little more delicate, it's actually pretty scratch proof. It's a nice smooth leather. It's not as pebbled and it's not treated the same way that the YSL one is. It has the same leather as a Marmont. It doesn't scratch as easily as say like a lambskin. This one has the gold hardware in the front and then the GGs in the back with the chevron pattern. And then I currently have it stuffed. Just because the thing about these camera bags is that they are prone to collapsing on you. Even when it's stuffed, I can feel certain parts of it collapsing. I literally have the tissue just stuffed in here. So just like the other one, it's just one big open space with one pocket back here just in case you need to put anything more secure in there. But it's just one big open space. And like I said, with bags like this, they are prone to collapsing. So because they're so small and the structure of the bag, it's just prone to collapsing in on itself. So with this bag, with any camera bag that you own, make sure that you stuff it with some tissue, an old t-shirt, something. Just make sure you stuff it to maintain the integrity of its shape. So that is a Gucci camera case. So the last mini bag that I have is the Chanel Classic Flap Mini in rectangle. So I had been eyeballing a mini for a while and a mini rectangle in specific. And my sales associate at Topanga texted me one day and he sends me this picture and he goes, it's the last one in the company. It's a limited edition light blue that came from the previous collection. And I just couldn't say no. And you might be surprised to hear this, but I haven't had any issues matching her with any of my outfits. This looks really good with like a rusty orange top, or if you do all black, this could be your pop of color. If you're gonna do whites and pastels, this will be really pretty too. This will be a really good spring bag. But if you guys know me in life, I don't really believe in like spring and fall, and I wear my clothes whenever the hell I want to, regardless of color. So this I'm going to wear year round, whenever the heck I feel like it. It is pretty much the same size as all the other ones. The measurements for all these are around 7 inches in length and about 5 inches in height and about 2 to 3 inches in depth. So the volume of all of these bags are approximately the same. So I've never had a problem with the capacity of any of these. So this mini retails for $3,500 and it would be perfect for anybody who just wants a little piece of Chanel. You know, you don't want to commit to a full-on classic jumbo, but you just want something small. So this would be a good nighttime bag if you want, not in particularly this color. It does come in other colors, it does come in black. So this bag would be perfect for nighttime, just so you can carry your essentials, whatever it is that you need. You could just throw it in here and just head out and it would just look so cute on your hip. Or if you want, you can use it as a day bag. I usually use this as an everyday bag. The only thing is I did get it in lambskin and it was as delicate as I thought it was gonna be. I know some of you guys were like, no, lambskin isn't very delicate. You just rub the scratch and it comes off. No, it does not, okay? One day I filed my nails a little too hard and it was real square and I scratched my bag on the first day. I scratched my bag on the first day that I got it. And because of the lighting, I know you guys aren't gonna be able to see it, but I can see it. If you guys are in person, you guys would be able to see a big ass line from here down here. I was holding it and I slipped and my thumb just scratched the heck out of it and it traumatized me. So now I file my nails with rounded corners because I'm traumatized, because I scratched her on the first day and I have tried rubbing it. I've gotten the cloth. This is it. Like, this scratch is on this bag. Like I said, you guys can't see it on camera, but you guys can definitely see it in person. Moving forward, I will not be getting any classic Chanel bag in lambskin. Boy lambskin, just fine. There's something about the boy lambskin that is a lot more robust. Classic lambskin, it's so delicate. Like, oh my God. If you're going to get a mini and you intend to use it as an everyday bag, don't get it in lambskin. I'm telling you now, don't get it in lambskin. Just don't. Like, get it in caviar because it's a lot more robust. It still has the same capacity. It still looks beautiful, but it's going to be able to withstand life. Qualms aside, let's move on to the actual inside. So it has a regular turn toggle just like the other Chanel classic pieces, and it just has one long chain. Unlike the other chains on the classic flaps that just go across like this, these chains are actually fixed and sewn onto the bag. So you get a stationary chain, which I really appreciate, so that my chains aren't moving on me as I try to grab my bag, because that's the only issue I have about like my jumbo and with my wallet on chain, is that these chains freaking move. So these chains are fixed onto the bag, makes them stationary, easier for you to grab. But other than that, it's just one, you know, empty slot with one card slot in here if you want anything that's a little more secure. The back of the bag has a little pocket in here that I do not use. Most people I know don't use it. Some people do. Again, up to you. I usually have this stuffed, but I was using it recently, so the stuffing's out. But I usually just have this stuffed because I wanted to maintain its shape. And then what I do is I go ahead and pull one side of the chain, and I just tuck it into the bag and I close it, just like that. Boom, storage. So overall, this bag is just perfect. I love the capacity of this bag. I love the shape of it. It does come in a square shape. I'm not a fan of the square shape just because I don't like the chain length on the square shape. The drop on the chain is a little awkward. I like to wear my minis crossbody, by the way. So I find that the chain length for this one works perfectly well if you want to wear it as crossbody. If you're going to wear it as a shoulder bag just on one side, the drop might be a little too low. It's going to hit past your hip. If you're going to wear this as a crossbody, it's going to sit right on your hip. With the square, it would be perfect as a shoulder bag, but as a crossbody bag, it's gonna hit you pretty high. It's a little awkward. With all of these bags, I wear them crossbody because the drop on them is just perfect for crossbody. I like my bags to hit me at my hip. I just feel like it's the most flattering angle. But overall, I feel like any of these bags would be a perfect addition or a perfect starting piece. I know this one is a tad expensive. $3,500 for a mini is a little... She's a lot of money. She's a lot of money. With tax, I paid about like $3,800. And my friend Nikki also has a mini in lambskin, and she experienced the same problem as I did. It's just insane. Like, these scratch like no other. There's just something about this. And yet I still want another freaking lambskin. Whereas with these two, it's just a little easier for you to wear day to day, like especially if you're a mom or you're just on the go a lot, or if you're just not that type of person to baby their handbags. These would be great starting pieces for you, especially if you're looking for a bag to just carry your essentials, and that's gonna match with every outfit. These bags are timeless. They are easy to match, easy to wear, very thoughtless. You know, I have no complaints whatsoever about these bags. I don't have any complaints about any of these bags. The only thing I would change if I could is the leather, but otherwise the sizing of these, perfect. And I feel like minis just run the world. They're perfect. They look great on everybody and they flatter everybody. It forces you to rethink what your essentials are and to really carry them with you, because I haven't really noticed a difference from when I downsize to when I'm carrying like a tote in regards to what I'm missing out. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything when I'm carrying a mini. But overall, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you guys have any more questions about handbags, or if you guys want to see certain videos about my handbags, just let me know. I would be more than happy to dive into them because my handbag collection has expanded fairly rapidly within the last few months. So if you guys want to know anything in particular, if you guys want me to expand on any particular topic with handbags, feel free to let me know and I would be more than happy to discuss or just to sit down with you guys and talk about them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye.